What's part of the inspiration for me in the Arctic is just its vast openness. It's the cold temperatures that help keep places wild. We try to capture things that are educational as well as beautiful. And I love doing both. I'm an artist, but I'm also a storyteller. And so capturing the images that show the everyday lives of these animals, documenting their lives so that people understand better, to see how difficult it is for these animals.
You can see that, baby polar bears have got to be one of the cutest animals on the planet. And because of that, it gets people's attention and they want to help. If we can make life good for the polar bear, we make life good for all the other animals as well as ourselves.
Churchill is well known for being the polar bear capital of the world, and it's the most accessible place that you can photograph and see polar bears. If you don't want to photograph them, you can come to just see them as well, which is a lot of fun. Dan Gurevich was a very successful Arctic photographer in the early days. He put together trips for us to go see polar bears. I joined a trip, and then this little organization starts up as Polar Bears Alive. Polar Bears Alive turns into Polar Bears International. I come with it. I'm involved with people who are starting it and organizing it and working on it. They need help. I've got pictures, and it just is this snowballing effect that kept me involved with the organization. And then in the late 90s, I met my wife Tanya, who her family started the polar bear viewing industry in Churchill, Manitoba. So it went from professional reasons to be going up there to take pictures of polar bears, turned into somewhat of a personal thing, and now it's both, working with this organization that I've been now working with since the early 90s. Photography, or the medium of video, has always been a really powerful tool to get people's attention. The Arctic Documentary Project is basically a collection of not only stills but videos. That collection has been available to Polar Bears International, and so it helps us tell the story of what's going on in the Arctic and how that is affecting polar bears. The issues that became apparent over time was the fact that the ice just wasn't freezing like it used to. We're seeing these changes happening right before our eyes in some situations. As a photographer, documenting these things over a period of time has given me, it's created more questions in my mind than answers. And through the ADP, I feel like it's a way for us to try to answer some of those questions, document the things that are taking place over this long period of time, document the scientists who are doing the research to try and answer some of these questions, and then bring this stuff to the public. I'm hopeful that my work helps inspire people to want to know more and want to help people understand that the changes that we're seeing in the Arctic are just the beginning, and it's not going to stay in the Arctic. It's really about how the planet is changing and warming to a point where it's going to affect all of us. My support for Polar Bears International goes back a long time, and I was fortunate to have something that I did that I was able to donate that has been beneficial for them. But there's lots of ways that people can become donors and become involved. Most people aren't fortunate enough to get up and go see a polar bear. So they're looking at these pictures, and they're looking at books, and they're looking at calendars, and they're seeing these animals by way of photographs and video that makes them think, wow, this is an amazing species that I would love to be able to help with.
I'm hopeful that my work in the Arctic and my work with polar bears in particular goes on beyond me. I am so thankful and lucky to have a project that I love, I believe in, and I'm hopeful that these things that I share with the viewers inspire them as much as it inspires me.